Which of the two drumsticks are better than the other one? Let's find out together. Well, how's it going, ladies and gentlemen? This is Dawson, a.k.a. Drummer, coming back to you once again with another drum video. I know it's been a good 2 or 3 days since I last uploaded, but hey, it's good to be back. My country music appearances that I've made and whatnot have been great. Did a few phone call interviews, did a couple of person-to-person interviews, of course, socially distanced, and as well as did a little jam session at a little local dive bar in my hometown. So it was really a real treat to be able to end all that with that. So anyway, back here on the drums once again. So today's video, as you guys saw in the beginning, you guys heard me ask myself that weird kind of silly sounding voice, which drumsticks are better. So let's go ahead and compare them. So this one here is the ones that I got. My dad bought these for me for Christmas on top of the other ones that came with my drum set. This one here is by the brand Vater, and it was a Los Angeles 5A. You guys can see right there. And this one here is by the brand Ludwig. Is that how you pronounce it? Yeah, Ludwig. Ludwig, and it is a 5 or 2B. So very two different. All right, gang. Sorry about that. I noticed that there was something over my camera lens a little bit, or something on it. I was kind of making it a little hazy, at least on my end. So that's why I had to stop for a second to fix that. But anyway, so as I was saying, these two sticks, I came to find out they're both pretty good. But the question is, which one do I think is better? And let's go ahead and kind of go through some of the walkthroughs as far as the physical appearances of these two particular sticks. So we'll camera angle. There we go. So this one here is we'll start with the tips. Okay. So the tip on this stick, this is the Vater. You can tell that it's the standard, kind of light, not really light, but your average type of drumstick. And this stick right here by Ludwig, you guys can see is a much bigger tip on the end. So you guys can see that well there. Yeah. And so yeah, difference number one, lighter tip versus heavy tip. And if you guys can take a look closely, I'll try to show this to you the best that I can. You can see that the Ludwig stick, you can't really see from this angle, but it's slightly bigger in diameter than the, I think it's slightly bigger. I mean, it kind of looks like that. Okay, so maybe not. Maybe they are pretty much the same size. No, this one is slightly bigger. Not by much, but slightly bigger than the Vater one here. So basically, in my opinion, as far as size goes, I kind of like this stick a little better. Because, it's like, and this also is a little heavier. I mean, when I hold them in my hands kind of loosely, one is just a little bit heavier, than the other. And, but it's just really good stuff. I mean, I honestly like the design of the Ludwig sticks a little better than I do the ones from here in Vater. I think it looks a little bit more unique than the Vater one. But obviously, looks have their own category, but the real question is, do they perform better? That's exactly what I'm going to walk you guys through in this video. See if you guys can maybe see it for yourselves. And before we get started, note, I did not practice. I did not play with this one and played with this one. I have not done that yet. I haven't compared them side by side as far as, which one plays better than the other. So they're both going to learn together, like I said in the beginning. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I got my Alesis Nitro mesh kit turned on. Let me just put my headphones on real quick. And get these on. There we go. And all right, so these ones here are the first set that I'm testing out are the Vater ones, the lighter tip. So here we go. All right, so that was with the light tip Vater sticks. Now let's go ahead and give a little testing demo with the Ludwig heavier tips. Here we go. All right, now it's review time and my, opinions. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the Vater sticks. The sticks to me, when I play the drums with them, I can't, when I play, this is just my personal opinion. I know everyone's different, but my personal opinion is, excuse me, that the Vater sticks, the ones with the the light tips on them, if I really want to go play drums, louder than what I normally do, then I kind of have to use more power with my wrists and whatnot to get that more sound due to, of course, more power out. Versus the Ludwig heavy tips, it's already naturally there. I don't have to use any more power from my wrists and whatnot. So as far as that category goes, the Ludwig tips, the Ludwig heavy tips, in that first category wins by quite a milestone. All right, second category is about stick bounce, and what I mean by that is when I play the drum, the sticks of course kind of come back, kind of bounce up just a little bit, kind of give a little bit of resistance. Let me go ahead and just give you guys a quick demonstration of with I got the Vater and a Ludwig stick right here, just to kind of compare you guys. So here we go. Let me see if I can figure out how to do this here. Hold my phone with my stick, kind of in between my finger. So all right, so you guys can see the snare there, I think. So this is the type of resistance that the Ludwig stick gives me. Watch closely. And notice that I'm hitting the snare, with not very that hard of force. And notice how the stick is just bouncing. You see that? All right. Now, look at how I do it with the how it's done with the Vater tip. One more time with the Ludwig. Make sure you guys can see okay. And I know it doesn't look like that much to you guys, but to me, the Ludwig is has a little bit more powerful resistance than the stick bounce, if you want to call it that, than the Vater. So I know it doesn't look like that to you, but to me, it obviously my views and your views are different. But anyway, so my overall opinion on the two different kinds of sticks, I personally think that both sticks are actually relatively good. Not right at equal with each other. The Ludwig heavy tip, in my opinion, edges out a little bit better than the light tip of the Vater. Two different reasons for that. One is because, the design of the tip looks a lot more solid, maybe a little bit more durable than that of the light tip of the Vater sticks. So that's reason number one. I like it a little more better than the Vater. Reason number two is that it gives me a lot more power, to it. And, because, the sticks are a little heavier. The stick is a little heavier, I don't have to worry about with the Ludwig, I don't have to worry about, giving that, really hard flick wrist movement and laying more power down versus that if I had to if I played with the Vater light tips, I would have to use a little more power in my wrists. But the Ludwig, you don't have to do that. You don't need to do that. So, in my opinion, and that's the second reason, the Ludwig stick tip wins in that too. Now, here are my downfalls, and this is just one downfall for each stick. So we'll start off with the heavy tip of the Ludwig. My downfall for it is that, like I said just a few minutes ago when I was giving a playing demonstration, the heavy tip of the Ludwig has a little bit more stick bounce or resistance. And as a result, when I first started playing it, I kind of got used to it a little quickly. But when I first started playing this, the drums with them, I kind of had to adjust, kind of adapt to that much more power resistance than I do with a Vater. And the Vater tips, of course, don't have really any resistance to them much at all. So those are my only two takeaways from the different sticks. But all in all, not right equal. Like I said, I favor the Ludwig heavy tips a little better as far as the style and design and durability, and the fact that I can get more playing power out of them than the Vater ones. So, but still pretty close. I mean, both are still great sticks. So anyway, that's it, in my opinion. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Thursday and Friday, and I'll try to come up with something new by this upcoming weekend. So, cheers, guys. See you later.